Comparison of charter sail in Croatia versus Greece. Curious about the differences between Croatia and Greece for the ordinary charter sailor, and why do so many charters still say they like more but still go to. But first, a disclaimer. These are my personal observations and the observations of some of my sailing and non-sailing friends. There's a chance I may not be right about every comparison, but this is how I see it. This video will likely spark some heated debates, but as a proverb says, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and we see things as we see. So here are my observations. Price of yacht charter. The prices are comparable, no major differences here. Maybe the only difference is Greece's longer season, so for example, September or June in Greece can be slightly more expensive. However, with the changing climate, this is also shifting in Croatia. Here, both destinations are equal. Before I continue with the comparisons, I would like to ask you for 3 seconds to subscribe to my channel. It will help me a lot. Parking fees in marinas in Croatia. You'll pay at least €10 per day for parking, while in Greece you probably won't pay anything. This is because a significant number of sailors travel to Croatia by car, whereas most come to Greece by plane. Advantage goes to Greece. Sailboat equipment. A decade ago, charter sailboats in Greece were already equipped with the solar panels, whereas in Croatia this only became standard in the last few years. When asked about the yellow floating line in Croatia, a charter guy responded that he'd heard of it but never seen it. In Greece, I always received a 50-meter floating line for tying the stern to the shore. Life jackets. In Greece, self-inflating jackets are often standard equipment, while in Croatia might be available only for an extra charge, but they provide styrofoam ones. EPIR, Greece, standard, Croatia charter guy. What's that? Anchor chain length. This topic deserves its own video, but I'll keep it brief. I participated in many charters in both countries. In Greece, I always get at least 80 meters of chain. In Croatia, I'm lucky if I get 40. In several cases in Croatia, I got only 30 meters. Now try to anchor in 15 meters of water if you can. I may be unfair to some Croatian charter companies, and I apologize in advance, but based on my experience, Greece is ahead here. Mooring buoy fees and bays with concessions. In Croatia, mooring buoy can cost from 60 to over €150, depends on location and the length of the boat. And in a concession bay, you pay the same fee even if you are on your own anchor. Greece. What's a buoy? What's a concession bay? Advantage goes to Greece. Harbour fees. Greece. Up to €20. In the Ionian Sea, perhaps a bit more, but most of Greece is around €10 per night, with water and electricity included. But you need to use your own anchor, as there are no mooring lines. Croatia. €4 to €8 per meter of the boat, double for catamarans. Water and electricity are often not included and are paid separately. For a 14-meter boat, the cost can quickly reach €100 for a monohull and €200 for a catamaran per night. Advantage Greece. More relaxed anchoring. Tying to the shore is officially not allowed in Greece, just like in Croatia, but you're less likely to be chased away in Greece. It's also easier to find a free anchorage in Greece since none aren't occupied by concession buoys and you will have enough chain. Since it's easier to find a free bay and there are significantly more bays, the advantage goes to Greece. Fuel price. Croatia, you have two options, standard or premium fuel. Standard is among the cheapest in Europe, but sailors need to pay attention to where they fill up. Some stations offer only premium fuel, which is more expensive. In Greece, fuel is always delivered to the pier by a small tanker truck. The price is often negotiable and paying in cash often brings a discount, but price is still higher than the premium in Croatia. Advantage goes to Croatia. Marina fees in Croatia. For example, on the Paklinski Islands, the Marina Palmižana costs over 160 euros, double for a catamaran. One of the most expensive marinas, but the prices in the popular marinas are also steep. In Greece islands, marinas are rare and the prices are much lower. One of the more expensive marinas is Alimos in Piraeus, where a daily berth for a 14-meter sailboat costs 36 euros and double for catamarans. Here advantage goes to Greece. Free bays versus occupied bays. You can find beautiful and empty bay in Croatia, though harder than in Greece. Greece has more islands, more sea, more bays, and despite the higher number of boats, they are more spread out. Only the area around Athens in the northern Ionian Islands might be crowded. In Greece, there are also more remote areas, which, even for a 14-day charter, are too far for most. Croatia, geographically different, everything is relatively closer. So, more free bays in Greece. Restaurant prices. A fish dinner is never cheap, but paying 120 euros for a kilo of fish in a Croatian konoba is steep. A rich meat dinner at the prime nautical location in Greece will cost around 25 euro per person, including salad and beer. More expensive fish in Greek tavernas doesn't exceed 70 euros per kilo, though it's true that the fish is less common in Greece. A direct comparison isn't entirely possible, but you'll spend less on food in restaurants on the Greek islands than in Croatia. So slight advantage goes to Greece. Grocery prices. There's no significant difference here. Prices on the islands are higher than on mainland, but mainland prices in Croatia are similar to those in Greece. Therefore, provisioning before sailing is advisable, and none of the destination has the advantage. Getting to the location. From Central Europe, Greece is accessible by car, but the journey is long, exhausting, and more expensive than to Croatia. Most fly to Greece, but this limits how much you can bring with you. For those coming from more distant places by plane, Croatia is no different from Greece. But from Central Europe, Croatia is much closer, so many, including myself, drive there. Here advantage goes to Croatia. Summer weather. Temperatures in the Adriatic are lower, and even in summer, the Bura wind can bring a cooling effect, also the sea. You can experience a day or two of southern winds, Jugo, which may even bring a few drops of rain. Summer storms are also possible. They can even be dangerous. The Nevera, northern strong wind, or Tramontana before the storm. Winds in Adriatic are less consistent. On clear afternoons, the Maestral, not Mistral, Maestral, a northwesterly wind blows, but it fades by evening, sometimes being replaced by the burin, same direction as Bura, just not as strong. In the Ionian Sea, conditions are similar to the Adriatic, but the afternoon wind can be even stronger. In the Aegean Sea, during summer, the Meltemi northeasterly wind can blow for days or even weeks, sometimes exceptionally strong, but more predictable. Summer storms are much less frequent, with no cooling effect. The weather is generally more predictable, and summer temperatures last from early June until at least the end of September. The Adriatic is definitely less predictable and more dangerous, but on average, the winds are weaker and the waves are smaller. The advantage? It depends. For sailors, probably Greece, while leisure calm bay seekers might prefer Croatia. Conclusion. Is one destination better than the other? In my humble opinion, not really. Can you visit the Blue Cave in Greece? Can you visit Monemvasia in Croatia? No, you can't, because it doesn't exist there. These unique places cannot be compared. There may, however, be some differences in sailboat equipment and consequentially safety, as well as overall costs. I have the feeling that the equipment on boats in Greece is slightly better, especially the anchor chain, which still bothers me. For this reason, I feel safer anchoring in Greece. My RYA instructor often repeated all out when we talked about the length of the anchor chain. And when comparing 30 meters of chain in 10 meters of water with 17 meters of chain, yes, it's an overkill, but I'll feel safer. As for the overall cost, getting to Greece is more expensive for me, but it's true that I'll spend less there. In the end, it balances out. So, safety, costs, proximity, wind, waves, there is no clear winner for me. I will continue going to both Croatia and Greece as often as possible. I hope these comparisons have given you some insights and will help you decide where to go sailing next. Once again, please subscribe if you haven't already, and thank you for watching the video.